guess it was inevitable that the sequel spin-off of the Jurassic Park franchise would in itself get a sequel. Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom is the sequel of the 2015 film, starring Bryce Dallas Howard and Star-Lord, who overcame his disintegration quite well in that film. If you're holding out for Spielberg to return to directing this franchise, you will have to worry about the Y10K problem to be solved first. This film is directed by J.A. Bayona, who is making his debut in directing American blockbuster cinema. The last film he is credited as directed, according to IMDb, is A Monster Calls. If this sequel series follows the pattern of the original, then the first film is great, the second is very stupid, and the third will be utter fecal matter. The cast for the most part did a very good job. Chris Pratt and B.D. Howard still have chemistry together and reprise their characters well. James Cromwell make a cameo as Ingen's new James Delos, the newly introduced financier of the original park with ulterior motive. Rafe Spall plays the obvious villain in this film and Cromwell's character's power of attorney. If you can't tell he's the villain in his first appearance on screen, please get an MRI. Words of advice: if you call out the villain and want him to call the police on himself, you will be greatly disappointed and probably deserve to be smothered with a pillow as well. Two annoying characters played by Justice Smith and Danielle Pineda are not on screen too long. The CGI in this film was enhanced since the previous film. Also, J.A. Bayona's direction is also pretty nice. From a technical standpoint, this film was good. It's not like stupid writing can't sink it, right? Idiotic writing is strong in this one. The leaps in logic seem more like world record long jumping over the Grand Canyon. A viewer will have to suspend all apparitions of belief. There are so many instances of stupidity that to list them all, a video longer than all of The Hobbit's extended versions combined would have to be made. I guess we can start on the island. Apparently, Ingen never programmed a will to survive. When running from an avalanche, a couple of dinosaurs are more interested in another meal. Also, the filmmakers did not know that there are two different types of volcanic eruptions. There is the effusive eruption, like the volcanoes in Hawaii, in which lava flows at a snail's pace. The other is a pyroclastic flow in which gases and magma cause an avalanche, going hundreds of kilometers per hour. A pyroclastic flow is what buried the city of Pompeii. A more recent example is on the island of Montserrat. Since the gray cloud of a pyroclastic flow is not as appealing to Hollywood, the producers combined the two. I guess avalanches are no longer scary. I have to praise the engineers who built that mansion in the Pacific Northwest. It is amazing that animals, which can be as loud as a jet engine, cannot be heard in the rest of the building. Also, the floors and roof are able to support the dinosaur that weighs over a ton. It is also astounding that an entire genetics laboratory and floating dock can go unnoticed by everyone. Toby Jones plays an auctioneer and says my favorite thing in the movie. He states that a living, breathing dinosaur is not worth much. Someone offered to sell me a woolly mammoth for $100. I told him that if he throws in McDonald's McNuggets and a tennis ball, it's a deal. The Deus T-Rex Machina is in the film to provide the main characters support in bailing their dumbasses out. In fact, the T-Rex is a blood donor. She gives blood to Bluey the Velociraptor. I'm a dog and not a doctor, but this brainless logic is just erroneous on so many levels in modern medical science. That would mean a human being can get a kidney from a shrew. Finally, the idiot heroes allow the dinosaurs out into the wilderness of North America, where in real life, invasive species are already creating havoc on the environment. Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom was a worthy successor to Jurassic World, but not Spielberg's Jurassic Park. It is very visually appealing, but Dupinus in decision-making rules supreme. The logic would make slasher film victims look like Einstein. This film get a B. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen.